Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you how I created this simple style guide on Figma for my design system. So if you want to learn how to do this, just sit back and relax. If you're new here, ensure you hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so be notified whenever I upload new content. And for returning viewers, thank you so much for trusting me. Thank you for trusting me with your time and returning to my channel. So without further delays, let's get started. Hello guys, and welcome to another design series. Today we'll be taking care of spacers, we're taking care of typography, we're taking care of alerts, and yeah, that's about it. So without further delays, let's get started. But just before we start, if you are new to my channel, all you have to do is hit the subscribe button right now and also hit the notification bell right next to the subscribe button so that you get notified whenever I release new videos. And for old viewers, thank you so much for watching, for coming back. So without further delays, let's get started. And as you can see, this is a blank canvas, this is a blank document. I haven't done anything yet. So the first thing we'll do is to create a frame. We'll hit A on our key and we'll select the desktop frame. And then I'm just going to go ahead and name it spacers. Excellent. So let's zoom out a little bit. Too much. Let's make the zoom 30%. Okay, make it 35%. All right, this will work for me. All right, so the next thing we need to do to create the spacers, you can use the 4PT system or the 8PT system. Now the 4PT system is suitable for mobile devices, but if you are going to be designing for desktop and tablet devices, you should use the 8PT system. Now, in order to make our design, our components inclusive, by inclusive I mean taking care of every single aspect, so that is it will be suitable for both mobile devices, tablet devices, as well as desktop. We are going to be using the 4PT system. So this is how you do it. The first thing you need to do is to draw a square, a perfect square. This is not a square. This is a rectangle. This is not a square. So let's remove that. We are going to hit on the rectangle tool, and then we are going to hold our shift key. Hold your shift key and then click and drag. And as you can see over here, this is not 4, this is 51 by 51. And as you can see, the constraint proportion is already locked. So we'll have to change this to 4. And as you can see, both the width and the height have been changed to 4. So we'll have to zoom in because it's very small as it is. Don't worry about it. This is very small because it's suitable for mobile devices. So let's bring it here. We are going to be duplicating this. Now, if you want to duplicate this, just hold your Alt key and drag it out. Ensure it's properly aligned. Drag it out. All right. So after dragging it out, now we have two rectangles, two squares. So we just hit Ctrl D, 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 as many as you can. Let's do another one. All right, perfect. So let's zoom in and take care of the sizes properly. All right, so this is the first one. Let's zoom in further. So this is the first one, 4PT by 4PT. You're not going to touch that. The second one, now Figma has mathematical functions. So if you want to increase this by 4, you can say 4 plus 4. You see, 8, 8. You see that? I'm sure you didn't know that before, but this is a new trick. 8, 8. So this one now, you're going to say 8 plus 4. 8 plus 4. You see that? 12. And then the next one, 12 plus 4. And then let's go to the next one, 16 plus 4. The next one, this is 20, so the next one will be 24. Instead of adding plus, can just say 24. The next one will be 28. The next one will be 28 with 32. The next one will be 36. And the next one will be 40. The next one will be 44. Okay, I think we still have another one. 44. Okay, that's it. That was the last one. All right. So now that we have everything, I don't think this is sufficient anyway. But now that we have this, we are going to highlight everything all together. I think we are missing one rectangle, which is the first one. Where is it? Okay, there. So let's highlight everything from rectangle 1 to rectangle 11. And then you see this right here, this last icon, more options. Click on it and then distribute vertical spacing. Align it to the left. So this will make sure that equal spacing is between each of these boxes. So if the space from this first rectangle to this one is 12, the space from here to this one will also be 12, the space from here to here will also be 12, and you can increase and decrease it. Here you see 26. If you make this 40, it will distribute it among all of them. So we're going to leave this at 26. Let's see if it fits into our canvas. Okay, I don't want to make this vertical, so I'm going to rotate this so it can be inside our canvas. Let me rotate this. And as you can see, my rotation is not perfect, so I'm going to come here and type in 90 degrees so it can be properly aligned. Then I'll align it to the bottom. Everything is now perfectly aligned. Then let's put this inside our frame. Let's put this inside our frame. Align it to the bottom. Excellent. So this is inside our frame now. And as you can see, there's still so much space, so we can increase it. We can increase it from this is 44. Let's duplicate this. Okay, let's not duplicate it yet. Let's hold Alt and drag it out, ensuring proper spacing between everything. It's not perfectly aligned, so let's duplicate, and then let's highlight everything again and distribute horizontal spacing and align to the bottom. All right, so this is 44, this is going to be 48, this is going to be 48 plus 4, this is going to be 52 plus 4, which is 56, this is going to be 60, and this is going to be 64. So this in multiples of 4, which is the 4PT system. Let's distribute horizontal spacing again and align to the bottom. Perfect. So let's increase the spacing between items to 35 because it looks chunked up. Can we increase this to 40 maybe? Perfect. So this is our spacer system, but as it is now, we are not done yet because we'll have to convert this to components. So instead of it doing it one after the other, you just highlight everything as it is, come to the components bar and click on create component set. Now each of these things are variants of each other. Now what you have to do is come in here, go to the drop down, go to the first rectangle, double click on it, and then say space or size equals 4x. Sorry about that. Size equals 4. Okay, I don't have my number lock on. 4x, and copy it because we are going to be using this. So we hit enter. As you can see, this variant is missing one or more properties because we haven't defined the properties for the others. So let's come here, paste it in here. Now this is not 4x but 8x. Let's define this one. This is not 8x but 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12x, 12x, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16x. The next one is going to be 20x. The next one is going to be 24x. The next one is going to be 28x. The next one is going to be 32x. The next one is going to be 36x. The next one is going to, okay, not that one. Next one is going to be 40x. The next one is going to be 44x. The next one is going to be 48x. The next one is going to be 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 52x. The next one is going to be 56x. The x is the zoom ratio. The next one is going to be 60x. And the last one is going to be 64x. Now watch, immediately I hit the enter key, watch this variant is missing one or more properties. It has disappeared because now we have all of our components set. You see that? So if we come to our assets bar, okay, first of all, let's rename this component 1 to spacer. All right. So if you come to the assets section and we were to make use of this, you see it here, spacers, we were to drag this in here, we can select from the variants here. You see all the components that we have created. So you see it right here in multiples of 4. So you have 4x, 8x, 12x, 16x, 20x, and so on and so forth. So that's how you easily create your spacer components. We are not done. Let's head next. Next we'll do is let's create another frame by highlighting the spacer and hitting Ctrl D. So the next one is going to be alerts / notifications. So let's delete everything in here, the spacer, and let's close the spacer. Now we are done with spacers. Let's move on to alerts. We are going to be needing some icons for the alerts because we have success states, error state, and warning states. So let's go to Iconify to get some icons. So success, let's take this one for success. Import icon. We'll need something else. Let's say warning. Let's search for warning. Alright, so these are the warning icons. Let's take this one right here and import it. And then next thing we'll look for error. Okay, so make use of error. Which one are we going to use? Let's go to the next page. Okay, let's use this one for error states. Let's use this one for error states and then import icon. So let's get creating. Success, warning, error. Let's put everything inside the alerts frame, and let's zoom out and drag everything in. Okay, so we're going to resize this success, highlight it, hit on K and reduce it because it's way too big. Let's make it very small. Okay, let's zoom in now. This one is here, and this one, let's see it on the K key and as well expand it. Okay, let me remove this from the frame, bring it out. And delete this empty frame. Okay, time to enlarge this, lock both sides and say 20. Okay, so let's draw a box. And let's change the fill color, something like this. give it a border radius of 20, and then let's change this fill from blue to green because this is success states. Change it to green, and let's hit K to make it smaller. And then let's move it in here. Yes, at the back, so bring it to front by hitting this key. Let's make this longer. It's too short. Make it longer like so. Now to make this more precise, you can add a grid system to it, but because of time and to make this tutorial not to be unnecessarily long, I'm just going to use it like this. Okay, so let's zoom in and write our text. We go to text, write success. Regular, let's make it medium and change the font size to 14. Bring it in here. Have to make this smaller, still way too big, like so. And then we're going to move this closer and align it to the center. Have to make this smaller still, and then align this and this to the center. Perfect. Then shift it closer and duplicate it. Bring it in here. Make sure it's properly aligned to this one. So we use this alignment and then change the message. 458 files successfully copied to music folder. Then this, you're going to change the fill color, something like this. Change the hierarchy. Okay, we can make this bigger. Instead of 14, let's make it 16. Perfect. Highlight it to this, align to center. Alright, and then we can come here and duplicate this and write OK. We're going to change the fill somewhat black and bring it this way. Align it to this edge right here. So we successfully created the success alert system. Let's make this a bit smaller, a bit smaller, a bit smaller. Reduce this as well. Let's shift this in. Okay, so all you just have to do, you can take this up a little and also reduce this. So all you have to do is just to duplicate this, highlight everything, hold your Alt key and drag it out. Make sure it's perfectly aligned, and then change this icon to the warning, make it smaller, and then move it in here. So let's bring it out of the frame, highlight bolts, drag it out, group it, rename it to warning for proper documentation, and delete this empty frame. So let's delete this, don't need that anymore. Let's rename this from success to warning. and then let's change the message. Okay, so we're going to change this to delete. Change this to delete, move it in, and duplicate it and change this to cancel. And then we are going to reduce the importance of the cancel so it doesn't compete with the delete. Something like this. Perfect. So that's how you do your warning states. And then for the error states, it's the same thing. You just duplicate this again. Let's increase the size of our frame to accommodate everything. Let's highlight our frame and increase the width. Okay, so we are going to duplicate the warning. Sorry about that. We're going to duplicate the warning by highlighting everything like so, holding our Alt key and dragging out just like we did earlier. So instead of warning, we are going to put error in here. Error. And we are as well going to change .94. Excellent. So let's reduce the icon size. Then let's move it in here. Okay. Let's bring it to the front and let's delete this warning. No, not that warning. Okay. This is filmed. Okay, let's delete that. Sorry about that. I think there's something else in here that shouldn't be here. Yeah. Okay, so let's bring it in here, align it properly. And let's change the color to red. Sign of error. And then let's put in the error message. Then let's change this delete to OK and align it with the text there. Alright, and then let's delete this cancel. So this is how you create your alerts. Let's align to the center. Now after creating this, you're not done. You have to convert this into a component. So let's correct everything. Let's make sure everything is proper. No highlighting both documents. Let's see this. Okay, and let's see this. Okay, so let's group them. Let's group this one as well. Group, and let's group this one as well. Group. So let's highlight everything then and convert into a component. Create component sets. Let's rename from component 1 to alerts. And then inside the alert, we have to change from group 1. Let's say type equals success. Copy. The next one, type equals warning. Okay, and the last one, type equals, what's that? Error. Am I right? That's correct. So that's it. So if we were to go to our assets, and see alerts right here. If you drag one in, we can easily change the states from success to warning to error. So that's how you create your alert system. So let's delete that now and go to the final one, which is typography. Let's rename this to typography. Okay, so we'll delete this. Now, for you to create your typography, you have to pick a particular font. Now, this is according to your own preference. We all have our favorite fonts, but when you want to create typography for a particular brand, you have to research the fonts, the typeface that is suitable for that brand. So let's assume, for example, that you were to pick Roboto or Rubik or Poppins. Okay, let's use Poppins for this instance. So let's click on text and write heading 1. Heading 1. Okay, so let's change it from Inter to Poppins. So we have chosen Poppins as our typeface. Now you can't just say, okay, because heading 1, because we have heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, heading 5, heading 6, and then we have subtitles 1 and 2, and then we have paragraph 1 and 2, and then we also have caption and button. So you can't just say, because you've chosen Poppins, you are just going to make it very big and come to font size and say, okay, I like 96, let me choose 96. Oh wow, this is it, this is how it looks. No. This is not how you do it. There are standards. There are organizations that have done research on typefaces and will find the most suitable ones that are suitable with customers and with viewers. So you follow their guidelines. Their guidelines are stipulated in WCAG, which is Web Content Accessibility Guidelines. So you have to follow them. And there are these organizations. We have Apple, we have Microsoft, we have Google. One of the most popular ones, which is Google's Material UI Design Guideline. That's what we'll be using for this tutorial. So in order for you to do that, you're going to head down to the website. I'll leave the link to the website in the video description. So just click on it to take you straight to this place. You see the type system. So just scroll down, and this is where you select your fonts, headlines and subtitles. This is where you select your font. So since we have chosen Poppins, we are going to search for Poppins here. This is Poppins. So we're going to allow it to load Poppins as well. So you see headline 1, the font size should be 79 pixels. The weight is light, letter spacing minus 1.5 pixels. So if you had just chosen 96, it's way too big. And then you find out that when you are designing, it will not be suitable with your design. So heading 1 for Poppins is supposed to be, let's confirm that again, it's supposed to be what? 79 pixels with letter spacing of minus 1.5 pixels. So you're going to change the size to 76, and we are going to change this to light because that's what is recommended. 79, not 76, 79. Let's change to 79. So let's type it in here, 79, and then letter spacing is letter spacing of minus 1.5. So that's how you do it. So our heading 1 is set. So I just have to do is hold the Alt key and drag it out, make sure it's properly aligned, and then hit Control D, Control D, Control D, Control D, Control D. So this is going to be heading 2. Sorry about that. Heading 2. This is going to be heading 3. This is going to be heading 4. This is going to be heading 5. This is going to be heading 6. And we are done. So let's delete this extra heading. Now the same way we did the heading 1, that's how we're also going to go for heading 2. So let's click on heading 2, go back to Google's material, and then click on headline 2. You see the size is 50 pixels with the letter spacing of minus 0.5 pixels, and the weight is also light. So 50 minus 0.5. Then we'll come back here. Font size is 50 and minus 0.5. So that's heading 2. Then let's go for heading 3. Click on headline 3. Font size 40 pixels, weight is normal 0 pixels. 40 pixels, normal 0. So this is going to be 40. This is not going to be light, it's going to be normal. So let's click on this drop down. Normal is regular, and letter spacing of 0, which is the same as auto. And then let's go to headline 4. What's the recommended specification? Headline 4, font size 28 pixels, weight is normal. 28 pixels, normal. So 28. From light to regular. Regular. What's the recommended letter spacing? 0.25. We have to change this to 0.25 letter spacing. What about heading 5? What's the recommended for headline 5? This is it. 20 pixels, normal 0. 20 pixels, normal. So we change the light to regular, and letter spacing 0. What about heading 6? Recommended is medium 17 pixels. Medium 17 pixels. So this is going to be 17. I'm going to change the lights to regular. And oh, is it regular? I don't think so. It's medium. So it's not regular. We're going to change it from regular to medium. And the letter spacing is 0.15. So let's change that to 0.15%. So what are the other font sizes? Subtitle 1, subtitle 2. So let's create those. We don't have those yet. So let's just hold the Alt key and drag this out. Put it over here. So let's say subtitle 1. So let's duplicate this. Ctrl D, Ctrl D, Ctrl D, Ctrl D, Ctrl D. Maybe Ctrl D again. If it's too much, we can delete. So subtitle 1, what's the recommended specification? Subtitle 1, weight is normal 13 pixels, 0.15. So we change it from medium to normal, which is regular, 17 pixels. What's the letter spacing? 0.15. Okay, that's correct. So let's go for subtitle 2. Subtitle 2. What's the recommendation? 12 pixels, 0.1 letter spacing. 12 pixels. I have forgotten some things. 12 pixels. Weight is medium, 0.1. Medium, 0.1 letter spacing. Okay, what's the next thing on the list? What's the next item on the list? Body 1. Body 1 says 13 pixels, normal 0.5. 13 pixels, normal. 13 pixels, normal, which is regular, and 0.1 letter spacing, I think. 0.1. Okay, 0.5 actually. Sorry about that. 0.5 letter spacing, so 0.5. So what's the next item? This is body 1 actually, so I should rename this to body 1, not subtitle 1. Body 1. So this is going to be body 2. body 2. Body 2 says 12 pixels, 0.25 normal. 12 pixels, 0.25, I think. 0.25. Okay, let's see. 0.25 normal. This is medium, so I have to change the medium to normal, which is regular. Okay, what's the next item? The next one is button. So 12 pixels, 1.25 line spacing, medium. Button. 12. It's not 12. 12 medium, 1.25. 12 medium, 1.25 letter spacing. Okay, what's the next item? Caption. Let's click on caption. 10 pixels, normal, 0.4. 10 pixels, normal, which is regular, and letter spacing of 0.4. As you can see, this is the most detailed and most stressful of all of the components. Now you may think, this size is too small, they are not saying it. No. By the time you start incorporating this into your design, you realize that it's normal. Okay, let's this subtitle 1, we're going to change it to caption actually. Alright, so now that we have everything all set, we have to arrange it. So let's highlight all the heading and come here and distribute vertical spacing and reduce the spacing between items to 50. Okay, so put it here. We are not done, we are not even halfway done. And now that we've added all the specifications, we have to create the style. So let's click on heading 1. You see this text right here, this is the style. Click on it. You see there are no styles defined, so you click on the plus. And then you can say H1 or you can say heading 1. So I'm going to be using heading 1. Give a slant and say light, just in case you want to create bold, medium, and the rest of them. And then create style. So the style will be defined as heading 1 light. Let's go to heading 2, create the style, text style, add a new style, heading 2 light, create style. Let's go to heading 3, add new style, heading 3. I think this is medium, right? I think it's medium. Heading 3 medium. Yes, heading 3 is medium. Let's confirm. H3. Okay, H3 is normal. So let's edit this style. Heading 3 is normal, not medium. Click here and change it to normal. Alright, so heading 4 is also normal. Let's create a style, text style, heading 4 normal or regular, whichever one. Create style. Heading 5 is also normal, text, add new style. Heading 4, okay, heading 5 normal, create style. Heading 6 is medium, style, create new style. Okay, let's create that style again. Sorry about that, that's not been created, so let's create it. Heading 6 medium, new style. Heading 6 medium, create style. Don't get tired, we're almost done. Subtitle 1, normal, new style. Subtitle 1, normal. Is it regular that we've been using? Create style. Let's see if it's regular that we've been using. Okay, lights. So subtitle 1, normal. Let's go to subtitle 2. Subtitle 2 is medium. So subtitle 2, create new style. Subtitle 2, medium, create new style. Let's go to body 1. Body 1 is regular. Body 1, regular, which is also normal. That's what we're using. So let's stick to one styling or one name. Body 2. Body 2 is also regular style. Create new style. Body 2, normal. Normal. Yeah, that's how you spell normal, right? Okay, body 2. Let's go to button. Button medium. Button medium. Create style. And then let's create the last one, caption. Caption regular. Caption regular. Create new style. So all our styles have been defined. You see the text style here: heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, heading 5, heading 6, subtitle 1, subtitle 2, body 1, body 2, button, caption. Now these arrows down here, we created heading 1 light. If you want to create a variant that is different from the one, because this is just a guideline, a recommendation. So if you want to use heading 1, this is how you should do it. But in case you want to create heading 1, this is light. You see here, with light. If you want to create heading 1 regular, you can just go ahead and heading 1 at the bottom. Let's duplicate this. At the bottom of this heading 1, you put this one here, but because there's no space, let me just illustrate to you. This is the heading 1, so you're not going to change it, but you are going to break this. You say detach style, so you detach it, and then you're going to change the lights to regular or medium. So if you create medium, you have to define a new style. Heading 1 medium, create a new style, and then you say heading 1 medium. You see, this style has been created. If you come to your text styles now, you see that this one has been created under heading 1. You see it has been created under heading 1. This is heading 1 light, this is heading 1 medium. If you come here now, let's see heading 1. You see heading 1 light, they see heading 1 medium. Let's go to the bottom. See it here, heading 1 medium. So you see the style has been created, but you won't find this heading 1 medium in Google's material UI design because it is custom built. You won't find it here. So that's how you create custom typography styles on Figma. Let's just delete this because it's not recommended. And then the next thing, while you're done arranging all this, you highlight this and bring it down. Take the heading 1, duplicate it, bring it over here, make sure it's perfectly aligned, and then you write it all caps AA, duplicate, and then you write it sentence case A. And then when you're done with that, you take body 1, duplicate it, come here and write the English alphabet A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. And then you duplicate this, bring it down, and then you write the numeral 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Then you duplicate this, bring it down, and then you write a sentence. This is an example of let's zoom this in, of a sentence written using the guide design guidelines as recommended by Google in its material design system. And then you highlight the subtitle one and everything else, bring it to the bottom right here, and there you go, you have a typography style. So you can style this, you can add some, you have to indicate the font that you are using. So let's just duplicate this and put it at the side here and say Poppins. Bring it down. So you can style this page however way you wish to style it. You can add abstract shapes and fill colors just to make it fancy, but this is all you need to create your typography system on Figma. Thank you so much for watching. It has been tiring, it has been exhausting. You can show me some appreciation by subscribing to my channel and turn on the notification bell so that you get notified of my future uploads. Thank you so much guys, and see you soon. Bye.